Contractor to take care of your building needs. You can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Welcome back to the Pine City Gymnasium, where the Mora Mustangs will be taking on the Pine City Dragons. Again, this is an important Section 6 AA matchup between these two teams right now. Again, Pine City sits as the number 6 seed, and Mora as the number 7. But Mora could easily step over Pine City if they win here tonight. Of course, about a month of basketball left before we reach those section playoffs. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm Ethan Gilman. I'll bring you this game. Let's take a look at how these two teams stack up, starting with Mora. The Mustangs sit at 13-4 on the season. They are 5-2 in the Granite Ridge Conference. Their two conference losses come against Malacca and Little Falls. Those losses came early in the season, though. In fact, 3 of their 4 losses came in their first 4 games of the season. They opened the season with a win and then lost 3 straight. Since then, they have gone 12-1. Mora is averaging 66 points per game, and since their last loss, the Mustangs have only scored under 65 points twice. This Mustang team is very young. They only have 2 seniors on their roster and a bunch of juniors, so next year's team should be very good as well. But that's not what is important tonight. What's important is this matchup. I want to give a shout out here to Cole Steffen from Your Mom. Your mom is listening to this game on the radio, or maybe she's even watching it online at WCMPradio.com. Again, shout out to Cole Steffen from Your Mom. Next, we'll look at the Dragons. Pine City sits at 17-1 on the season. They are 9-0 in the Great River Conference. The only team right now who poses a threat to the Pine City Conference title is East Central, whom the Dragons beat earlier in the season. The Dragons beat the Eagles in their second game of the season, and that will be a very important matchup when those two teams play. But right now, let's keep focusing on the Dragons. They average about 74 points per game. They have only scored under 65 points 3 times this entire season. This is a very veteran-led team, 6 seniors, but after this year, they'll be very young. 1 junior on the team, 5 sophomores, and a freshman, and I'm sure they'll get an infusion of youth from a bunch of 8th grade players who will step up next year. We're going to take another commercial break from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we should have the starting lineups and the national anthem. You're listening to boys basketball here on 100.9 FM WCMP.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the North Ridge Center today.
2020 is here. A new year, a new decade. What does that mean for you? Huge savings on 2019 Silverados at Mora Chevrolet Buick. Get supplier pricing for all, plus combine all stackable offers, along with Mora Chevrolet Buick's additional $1,000 discount, comes out to a savings of up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2019 Chevrolet 1500 Silverados. See dealer for details. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they are gone. Mora Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news! It's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news! You can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
Welcome back into the Pine City Gymnasium. We're getting set for this matchup between the Mora Mustangs and the Pine City Dragons. The starting lineups for your Pine City Dragons are number 0, junior Caleb Fromm, senior number 2, Coleman Lind, senior number 4, Tanner Wichter, senior number 10, Connor Jusak, and senior number 33, Seth Logan. On the other side for the Mora Mustangs, starting for them will be junior number 2, Ben Wright, senior number 13, Cole Steffen, junior number 14, Jeff Lilienthal, junior number 21, Andrew Rasmussen, and senior number 23, Lucas Athey. Those are your starting lineups here for both teams. And while we have a second, let's take a look at that 6AA section, how those standings shake out. Again, Pine City and Mora are the 6 and 7 seed. In the number 1 and 2 spots are Eden Valley Watkins and Osakis. They are very much in control of those number 1 and 2 seeds, but Melrose trails behind them both. They trail Osakis only by 4 points, but then they, of course, trail Eden Valley Watkins by 5. So very close between those two, and then Annandale will be the 4th. They are 8 points out of first place, followed by Albany, who is 13 points out of first. Of course, Pine City is 16 points out of first. It would be very hard to see that Pine City could overtake that number 1 seed, but those things do happen. An upset or a couple losses, it can happen, folks. We're just about set here for tip-off in this game. They're getting ready for the national anthem here. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we should be ready for tip-off here on 100.9 FM WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Farming doesn't follow an 8 to 5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the North Ridge Center today.
2020 is here. A new year, a new decade. What does that mean for you? Huge savings on 2019 Silverados at Mora Chevrolet Buick. Get supplier pricing for all, plus combine all stackable offers, along with Mora Chevrolet Buick's additional $1,000 discount, comes out to a savings of up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2019 Chevrolet 1500 Silverados. See dealer for details. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they are gone. Mora Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news! It's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news! You can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Welcome back here into the Pine City Gymnasium. We are getting set for tip-off here. Each team is getting their final words of encouragement from their coaches. Starting lineups have been announced. The national anthem has been sung. And we're getting set for this important Section 6 AA matchup. 18 minutes up on that M Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M Health Fairview Clinic's Pine City and North Branch has 24-hour access to care by calling 1-855-FAIRVIEW or your local clinic number. Seth Logan set up at the center stripe for the Dragons. He wins that tip-off and gets it to Coleman Lind. He'll start with the ball for the Dragons. He pushes it down to Seth Logan. Seth Logan, he'll drive and then gets double-teamed. Looking for someone to pass off to. Pass it down in the paint. Connor Jusek then to Coleman Lind for three. He's off the mark with a three, rebounded by Seth Logan. Logan out to Connor Jusek. He'll put one up for three, and that one's off the back of the rim. And this is rebounded again by the Dragons. Tanner Wichter, but he'll have that one knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, and the ball will remain in the Dragons' possession. Jusek inbounding it here for the Dragons. He inbounds it to Tanner Wichter. Wichter steps, then drives, looking to pass it off here to Jusek. He does. Jusek fakes and passes it off to Wichter. Wichter will drive to his right, pass it off to Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind will put it up for three, and that one falls. That one is in for three, and the Dragons get on the board first here, 3-0. Caleb Anderson had it, now back to Ben Wright. Ben Wright will drive it up the court. He'll take it into the lane, then pass it off here to Jeff Lilienthal. Jeff Lilienthal! He'll answer with a three of his own. So Jeff Lilienthal answers right back with a three of his own to tie this game. And then the Dragons are called for an offensive foul. And that ball will go back to the Mustangs. Inbounding it here is Caleb Anderson. He inbounds it to Jeff Lilienthal. Lilienthal passes it off here to Andrew Rasmussen, and Rasmussen has that one knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, but it was last touched by a Dragon. So it will remain Mustangs ball. Rasmussen will inbound it here. Inbounds it to Ben Wright, who starts on their defensive side of the court. Now brings it back over the half-court line. Pass it off to Rasmussen. Rasmussen off to Steffen. Now back to Rasmussen, who is in the paint. He tries to put one up. That one's no good. Jusak will take it down the court. Dribbles behind his back. Then passes it off here to Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm hits one. And that one's good from 3 range. And now puts the Dragons up 6-3. Great transition there by that Dragons offense. Ben Wright takes it himself to the paint. And they're going to say he's fouled there as he drove. So this will be a shooting foul on Connor Jusak. That's his second already. And Ben Wright will go to the line and shoot 2. Wright puts up his first. That one's up and in. So Wright hits on his first of 2 free throws. Now he'll set up for the second of 2. Wright dribbles. Puts that one up. And that one's in. He hits on both of his free throw opportunities and brings this game back within 1. It's 6-5, Dragons lead. Coleman Lind up the court. He'll drive, stop, drive again. Then he'll stop and drive into the paint. Passes it out here to Dylan Peterson. Peterson, he'll hand it off to Coleman Lind over on the far side of the court. Then he just tosses it to Seth Logan. Seth Logan drives, stop. He's triple teamed. He passes it off to Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind, he'll drive, spin, put that one up. That one's blocked. Blocked by Rasmussen. Rasmussen has it now up the court. Pass it off to Ben Wright. Ben Wright will shoot the 3, and that one's off the mark. Rebounding here by Rasmussen. Rasmussen passes it off here to Jeff Lilienthal. Lilienthal passes it back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets a screen, but now he's double-teamed. He'll drive nonetheless. Passes it off to Steffen. Steffen back to Anderson. Back to Rasmussen. Now over to number 14, Lilienthal. Lilienthal shoots the 3, misses on the 3, rebounded by Seth Logan. Now hands it off to Coleman Lind, who's up the court. He makes one-man miss, looking for anyone to pass it off to. Gets it to Tanner Wichter. Wichter will drive into the paint. He puts that one up, and that one's blocked. But they're going to say that was a foul. And that foul will be on number 22, Caleb Anderson. So Tanner Wichter will go to the line and shoot 2. Tanner Wichter at the free throw line to shoot 2. He's setting up for his first. Puts this one up and good. Tanner Wichter hits on his first of 2 free throws. We'll get a change here for the Dragons. Checking in now is Duke Waxberg. Also checking in is Cameron Jusak, Jason Thiemann. They will check in here for the Dragons. Wichter puts up his second of 2. That one's in as well. So Wichter hits on both of his free throw opportunities. He will check out, and Caleb Fromm will check in. 8-5 now the lead for the Dragons. Early here in this first half. 15 minutes to go. Lilienthal has it for the Mustangs. He passes it off here. Jack Sampson. Sampson will drive to his left, then pass it over to Lucas Athey. Athey puts that one up for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Jonah Smart, and he'll put that one up and in for 2. Smart puts it up and in for 2 to get them back within 1. Duke Waxberg with the ball now for the Dragons. He'll drive, then pass it over to Jason Thiemann. Thiemann off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm to Waxberg. Waxberg stop, picks up his dribble, then passes it off to Jason Thiemann. Thiemann puts that one up and just off the mark for 3. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Lilienthal. Lilienthal up the court now with it. Passes it off here to Jack Sampson. Sampson over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen back to Lilienthal. Lilienthal for 3. That one's off the mark. It hits the net, but it did not go in over the net, and it goes out of bounds. The ball will go back to the Dragons. Inbounding it here is Cameron Jusak for the Dragons. Inbounds it to Duke Waxberg. Waxberg takes it up the court. Stops just after the half-court line. And he passes it off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm for 3. That one's off. Nearly rebounded by the Dragons. Instead, it is picked up by the Mustangs. Up the court with it is Lilienthal. He'll get double-teamed for just a split second. Then that double-team breaks off. He passes it off here to Sampson. Sampson will get a screen. Now he's double-teamed, and now he'll pass it off to Garrett Honstrom. Honstrom He'll pass it off to Lilienthal. Lilienthal all the way over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen over to Sampson. Sampson is off the mark for the 3. Rebounded here by Cameron Jusak for the Dragons. Jusak up the court with it. He'll slow it down. Pass it off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm, he'll drive. Put that one up and over, and that one misses. No good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Lilienthal up the court with it. Thiemann with great man-to-man coverage on him. Lilienthal will drive, and I think they're going to... Yeah, I think they're going to call a defensive foul there. No, excuse me, that is... Yes, that is on the Dragons, so the Mora Mustangs will keep control of the ball here. Ben Wright checks back in. He'll pass it off to Rasmussen, who puts up the quick 3. He hits the 3, and the Mustangs have the lead. Rasmussen for 3 now gives the Mora Mustangs a 2-point lead. Seth Logan takes it. He'll drive into the paint, then back out and passes it to Caleb Fromm. Fromm down to Waxberg. Waxberg back to Seth Logan, who passes it out to Cameron Jusak. Jusak will pass it back to Fromm. Fromm will drive to his right and pass it over to Waxberg. Waxberg, he drives and gets it down to Seth Logan. Logan looking to drive here. He does. He spins around, and that one looked like it was tipped, and that one was in, and then rammed out. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Ben Wright up the court with it. He is so fast. He puts that one up, and that one's in. That one is off his fingertips. It rolls in for 2. Ben Wright drove the distance of the court with it, and it's the friendly roll as he extends this Mustang lead now to 4. Logan with it. He'll get it off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm will pass it back to Seth Logan. Logan over to Cameron Jusak. Jusak for 3. Off the mark with the 3. Rebounding here by Ben Wright for the Mustangs. Gets it to Sampson. Now back to Wright. Wright will take it up the court. Passes it off here to Sampson. Sampson will get double teamed, and that was nearly stolen away. And it's out of bounds. They're going to say last touch here by the Dragons, so the Mustangs will keep control of the ball. Checking in for the Mustangs is Caleb Anderson. Also checking back in is Cole Steffen. He will check in for Garrett Honstrom. Sampson will inbound here for the Mustangs. He inbounds it to Wright. Wright will start on his own side of the court, then take it into the offensive zone. He dribbles to his right, gets a screen, nearly fouled by Fromm, and then he puts that one up. That doesn't get the friendly roll this time, rebounded here by Cameron Jusak. But Cameron Jusak loses the ball. He covers it up, now trying to get it off, and they're going to call a travel on the Dragons there. So this ball is going to go back to the Mustangs. Cameron Jusak got the rebound, then lost the ball. It was a good play there by the Mora defender, and then unfortunately had to go to the ground where oh my goodness, we have a bad foul there by Duke Waxberg. It looked like Duke Waxberg completely shoved the Mora defender down. I think he's lucky he didn't get a technical there. That was pretty aggressive. So maybe frustration setting in early here for the Dragons. Inbounding it here for the Mustangs is Sampson. He has it now to Anderson. Anderson back to Wright. Wright now to Anderson. Anderson is double teamed. He will pass it off all the way over to Sampson. Sampson over to Wright. Wright stands about 10 feet from that three-point line, then passes it to Sampson. Sampson drives. He passes it back to Ben Wright, who nearly has that one knocked away. He thought about the 3, then gets it to Sampson. Sampson down to Steffen. Steffen puts it up and in for 2. Still, Steffen extends this Mora lead now, 14-8. Duke Waxberg with it here for the Dragons. He gets it to Dylan Peterson. Dylan Peterson, he'll pass it back to Duke Waxberg. Duke Waxberg puts that one up and in for 3. Duke Waxberg from three-point range hits it. And he will bring this game back within 3. Defense chant here for the Dragon fans. But the ball is Sampson now for the Mustangs. Covered well. Now trying to get the pass off. He does here to Lucas Athey. Athey He'll drive, looking to get in the paint. Oh, nearly took an extra step. No travel called. Put up the shot. Rebound here by Duke Waxberg. Waxberg takes it up the court. Stops. Passes it over to Caleb Fromm, who puts that one up and in for three. Caleb Fromm for three. He now ties this game at 14. Ben Wright, he'll take it nearly the distance of the court. They get it off to Sampson. Sampson has that one not go in, but bad communication by the Dragons leads to a rebound for the Mustangs, but then Ben Wright took too many steps before dribbling, and they're going to get him for a travel, so the ball will go back to the Dragons. Just a little bit of a lack of communication there on the rebound for the Dragons led to the Mustangs getting it back, but luckily Ben Wright took too many steps. Now taking it up the court is Coleman Lynn for the Dragons. He nearly had an open shot. Then now gets it to Duke Waxberg, and then it's rebounded here by Christian Fromm. Christian Fromm to Coleman Lynn. Coleman Lynn, no good again. Rebound here by the Mustangs. Taking up the court is Jeff Lilienthal. Lilienthal nearly has that one stolen away. Passes it here to Caleb Anderson. Anderson over to Ben Wright. Ben Wright is getting double teamed. Then he gets it back to Anderson. Anderson is going to drive, and that was stolen away by Christian Fromm. Ripped right out of his left hand by Christian Fromm. Strong play there. The pass now is over to Cameron Jusacker, who takes a long three. That one's off the back of the rim. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Ben Wright. Ben Wright, he'll take it up the court. He's very fast. They got to look out. That pass was going to Caleb Anderson. Luckily, it was just off the mark. Caleb Anderson looked to be just a step away from that pass, as it was just past his outstretched arm, and it goes out of bounds. Dragons will take over. Duke Waxberg up the court with it. Trying to get past Ben Wright, who has some terrific coverage on him. He does to Dylan Peterson. Peterson passes it to Coleman Lynn. Lynn to Christian Fromm, who had a wide-open three-shot, but he decides not to take it. Passes it to Duke Waxberg. Waxberg on the left side of that three-point line. Has that one knocked away, but it will be out of bounds. Last touch by the Mora Mustangs, so the Dragons will keep possession of the ball. Just under 9 minutes here left on that M Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M Health Fairview Clinic Pine City offers full service primary care. Inbounding it here for the Dragons is Cameron Jusak. Cameron Jusak inbounds it to Coleman Lynn, who hits the two, and will now give the Dragons their lead back. Coleman Lynn, the easy two-point shot, gives the Dragons back their lead. Lilienthal with it. He'll pass it off to Caleb Anderson. Caleb Anderson. He'll pass it back here to Andrew Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Sampson. Sampson is tripped. So that's going to be a defensive foul, and the Mustangs will keep the ball. Now 5 team fouls here for the Dragons. Just over halfway through this first half. Only one so far for the Mustangs. The Dragons do have a 16-14 lead. Those team fouls really started to pile up early on in this game, but luckily they have really calmed down here. And putting it up and in for three is Andrew Rasmussen. Rasmussen puts that one up and in for three. Now the Dragons have it. For the Dragons is Coleman Lynn. Coleman Lynn, he'll take that one and pass it off to Connor Jusak, and it's rebounded here by Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm now has it. He passes it down. Seth Logan with it. Out here. Caleb Fromm over to Lind. Lind has that one knocked away from behind, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Mora Mustang. So inbounding it here for the Dragons is Connor Jusak. Looking for anyone to inbound to. Has a wide open Tanner Wichter. Tanner Wichter fakes the three-point try, then just hands it to Seth Logan, who puts the right hook up and in for two. Now a 1-point lead here for the Dragons. Seth Logan getting his first points of the game. With it for the Mustangs is Athey. Athey passes it off here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Ben Wright. Ben Wright now over to Sampson. Sampson, he'll take it, passes it off to Athey. Athey, he'll drive, thought about putting that one up, then pass it off to Ben Wright. Ben Wright drives, fakes, steps back, spins, puts that one up, and that one's going to be too high off the top of the backboard, and that is out of bounds. So the Dragons will take over with the ball. Connor Jusak will inbound it here to Coleman Lind, and Coleman Lind and Tanner Wichter both thought it was going to them. Tanner Wichter wound up getting it, then he just lays it into the hands of Coleman Lind, who passes it off to Caleb Fromm. Now over to Connor Jusak. Connor Jusak misses on the three, rebounded here by the Mustangs. Garrett Honstrom, I think, missed a wide open teammate down the court to try to get it to Ben Wright. Now Sampson have it. Now he'll pass it off to Athey. Athey for three! Athey hits the three to give the Mustangs back their lead. Dragons now with it. Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind stops his drive. He passes it off to Tanner Wichter. Tanner Wichter will now drive in the paint, and that one was knocked away. Luckily, he was fouled as that ball went straight into the gut of a Mora player. But luckily, again, he was fouled, so it will remain Dragons ball. Jusak inbounds it here to Fromm. Fromm to Wichter. Wichter to Jusak. Connor Jusak down in the paint to Seth Logan. Logan off to Wichter, and that one's just past the outstretched fingertips of Tanner Wichter, and it will go back to the Mustangs. Sampson inbounds it here to his teammate Athey. Athey puts up the three, nearly puts that one up and in, but it is no good. Rebounding here by Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind thought about driving, then he passes it off here to Tanner Wichter. Tanner Wichter fakes the three, passes it back to Coleman Lind. Lind back to Caleb Fromm. Fromm puts that one up. Oh, it's just off the mark. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Ben Wright will take it up the court for the Mustangs. Pass it off to his right side to Sampson. Sampson makes a spin move on Coleman Lind, then he passes it off to Athey. Athey stops at the free throw line, puts that one up. No good. Rebound here by the Mustangs. Put it in by Garrett Honstrom. So Honstrom now extends this lead back to 4 points. Coleman Lind has it now. Lind off to Logan. Logan will hand it back to Lind. Lind will drive, puts up a windmill shot. It's no good. He was fouled on the way up. So he'll go to the line and shoot two. Coleman Lind now at the line, here to shoot two for the Dragons. Puts his first one up and in. His first of two free throws is up and in. Now he will await his second opportunity. Lind now gets the ball back from the referee, sets up. Puts that one up, and that one is no good, off the mark. So he'll only get one from that trip. And it's a 22-19 lead here for the Mustangs. Lilienthal with it. He passes it off here to Noah Nielsen. Nielsen back off to Lilienthal. Lilienthal all the way over the court. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen traveled. And the ball will go back to the Dragons. A lot of traveling here by both teams in this first half. Just not being careful with where they're picking up the ball and taking extra steps. Of course, it is always easier said than done usually. Tanner Wichter now has it for the Dragons. He'll put up a three. That one's off the front of the rim, rebounded by the Mustangs. The Mustangs are heavily out-rebounding the Pine City Dragons here in this one. Now up the court with it is Lilienthal. He'll be fouled on his way. So that will be now the sixth team foul for the Dragons. And the Mora Mustangs sit at 3 team fouls. Dragons have to be careful here. They do not want to put the Mustangs in a 1-and-1 situation, as they have managed to come back and take a lead here. Lilienthal has it. Up the court with it now. He'll pass it off to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, he'll drive, put it up, and that one sinks in for two. Rasmussen with the little touch on his shot, puts it up and in for two. Now down the court with it is Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm will answer with a two of his own. 21-24 here. Lilienthal up the court. He almost got fouled, then he passes it off to Nielsen. Nielsen to Rasmussen. Rasmussen puts up the three, no good. Logan trying to pass it off to anyone. He's got, and that's going to be, I believe, the Dragons got a timeout before the backcourt violation, and they did. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on 100.9 FM WCMP.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top-quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Back out of the timeout here, the Dragons. Duke Waxberg is setting to inbound it. He does to Cameron Jusak. He'll hand it back to Duke Waxberg. Waxberg quickly up the court. Loses a little bit of the dribble, then picks it up. Gets it to Seth Logan, who nearly has it knocked away. He'll pass it to Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm passes it to Seth Logan, who looking maybe to get a screen from Fromm, but he doesn't. And that one is tipped away, but Duke Waxberg recovers. It looked like it went off the back of Ben Wright. And there's going to be a foul on the Mustangs. Fourth team foul for the Mustangs here. Waxberg inbounds it to Seth Logan, who puts that one up and in for two. Seth Logan will put that one up and in for two. And the refs are going to so they are calling a delay of game warning on the Dragons. A delay of game warning here on the Dragons for slapping the ball. I think he either slapped it. I did not see what happened exactly. From what the referee said, it sounded like he may have slapped it out of bounds while the play was already called dead. But with it here for the Mustangs, they will get it back after the warning. Caleb Anderson, he'll pass it here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, he misses on the shot. It is recovered there by Anderson. Anderson puts it up, and that rebound's no good by the Mustangs. Now with it is the Dragons, and they're gonna say that a Mora player did touch it first, but his foot touched out of bounds, so the Dragons will have possession of the ball with just under 3 minutes left here in this first half on the M Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M Health Fairview North Branch Urgent Care is open evenings 5 to 8 p.m. and weekends 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Coleman Lynn will take it up. He'll pass it down to Seth Logan. Seth Logan drives hard to the rim. He's fouled on the way up, so he'll go to the line to shoot two. Smart play there by Seth Logan. Backed into the defender, and then he went up for his shot and was fouled on the way up. So he will go to the line and shoot two. His first one is up and no good. A little too strong on that first shot. So Seth Logan is no good on his first. Logan will set up for his second of two. Puts that one up and in. So Logan hits the second of his two free throws and ties this game at 24. Full court press on here for the Dragons. Lilienthal with it. He'll pass it off to Rasmussen. Rasmussen down to Steffen. Steffen puts that one up. It rims out. Rebound here by Seth Logan. 2.5 minutes left. Tie game. Up the court with it is Duke Wachter, and he is fouled. So that will give Mora 6 team fouls. So both these teams, one team foul away from putting each other in the 1-and-1 situation. Tie game here with just under 2.5 left. 24 points for each team. And start with it here on the inbound for the Dragons. He'll pass off Cameron Jusak. Now over to Duke Wachter, rim, and that one's knocked out of bounds.
$1 off MSRP on remaining 20.
Staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment and Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Welcome back to this matchup between the Mora Mustangs and the Pine City Dragons. It's been a good one through that first half. It was really back and forth. Both teams trading the lead quite often there. The only difference I would say, it is a 1-point game. The Mustangs lead 31-30. The only difference I would say there for these teams is that the Mora Mustangs are definitely out-rebounding the Dragons here in this one by a heavy margin, both on the offensive and defensive glass. If the Dragons want to try and get this lead back and hold it, I think that's going to be the main key for this team, is they got to get on those rebounds a lot better than they did there in the first half for the Mora Mustangs. I think you just keep playing the game you were playing. It worked. You got yourselves at one point a 6-point lead, but Pine City is just so fast and can score in such a hurry. They came back, tied it, took the lead for a second, and then the Mustangs came back and took their lead back to now make it 31-30. Both teams had 16 fouls there in that first half. Leading the way in scoring for the Dragons was 2 people. Caleb Fromm had 8, and Seth Logan also with 8 points there in that first half. For the Mustangs, leading the way was Andrew Rasmussen. He had 8 points there for the Mustangs. The scoring for the Mustangs was very spread out. There were quite a few people getting on the board in that first half for the Mustangs. 8 people in total getting on the board there, so they know how to spread the ball around, but so do the Dragons, as they got 6 people on the board in that first half. So the ball being spread around very evenly here in this game. Both teams run kind of a similar game. If I had to say, I think Mustangs' way is getting a screen and getting their three-point shooters open. That's been working quite a bit, and then sometimes they just take the ball and drive it deep into the paint. For the Dragons, of course, they are that three-point shooting team. They like that 3. But tonight, I think they might have to switch it up a little bit. They might have to go down in that dirty area in the paint and just try and draw a few fouls. These Mora Mustangs are very good on their coverage on these guys at the three-point line. So we're going to take one last commercial break here before the second half gets underway. You're listening to Boys Basketball on 100.9 FM, WCMP.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news, it's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news, you can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Back here to start the second half, the Moras will start with the ball. 18 minutes back up on that M Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M Health Fairview Clinics with convenient on-site pharmacies in Rush City and North Branch. The Mustangs start out with the ball here. Ben Wright with it. He'll pass it down now to Stefan. Stefan back to Ben Wright. Ben Wright gets it off here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Lilienthal. Lilienthal over to Ben Wright. Ben Wright will drive it in the paint. Then he passes it off. That one's stolen away here by the Dragons. Okay, that's Coleman Lind who has it, but then he has it taken away. Ben Wright now has it for the Mustangs. Mustangs, he passes it down, or tried to pass it over to Rasmussen. That one was tipped by Seth Logan, and it goes out of bounds. It will remain a Mora ball. Rasmussen inbounds it here to Ben Wright. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen will take the short jumper. That one's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Dragons. Coleman Lind will kind of guard himself from getting pickpocketed from behind. He took his time getting up the court. Now he passed it off to Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm thought about driving. Then he passed it off to Connor Jusak. Jusak mishandles it. Then gets it to Tanner Wichter. Wichter now back to Caleb Fromm, who gets it to Connor Jusak, who mishandles that one. Then he gets it off to Tanner Wichter. Tanner Wichter will drive all the way around. He puts it up and in, but he was fouled before he even took the shot. So they will inbound it instead of him going to the line. That foul was on Stefan. Stefan with his second foul of the game. Inbounded here to Seth Logan. Now he passes it to Tanner Wichter. That's long. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Ben Wright takes it up the court. He'll pass it down to Stefan. Stefan, no shot. The shot was good, but he's going to be fouled before he took the shot. So he will go to the line. No, I think they're going to say, yeah, they're going to just inbound it here. I thought he was setting up at the free throw line, but he was fouled before the shot. But instead, he gets the inbound. He puts that one up and in for two, so now he will go to the line. Cole Stefan gets the inbound pass and puts up the shot. It went in, and now he'll go to the line for a possible three-point play. Stefan puts that one up and in. So Stefan completes the three-point play and gives the Mustangs a 34-30 lead. Up the court with it is Lind, who stops right before that half-court line, then takes a step and up over the half-court line. Then he puts one up for three, and that one's knocked away out of bounds by the Mustangs as two players for both teams went up for it, but it was knocked away. Last touch by the Mustangs. The inbound pass here goes to Lind. Lind thought about driving it. Now he passes it off to Seth Logan. Seth Logan thought about the three, and he puts that one up and in for two. He gets fouled on the way up, so he'll go to the line for a possible three-point play himself. Seth Logan with the good three-point fake to get the defender to jump, and then he puts a shot up and in for two, and he was fouled, so he has a chance for the possible three-point play. He sets up and puts this one up and in. Seth Logan completes the three-point play and now draws this game within one. 33-34 is the lead here for the Mustangs. Taking it up the court is Ben Wright. Ben Wright passes it off to Rasmussen, and Rasmussen could not catch up to that bullet pass there from Wright as it goes out of bounds, and it will be Dragons ball. I think Ben Wright thought the Dragon defender was a little closer than he was, and Rasmussen was not expecting the bullet pass and went awry there. Coleman Lind quickly up the court with it here for the Dragons. He stops in the paint, passes it off to Wichter. Wichter, he'll drive, puts that one up, and that one falls for two. Tanner Wichter for two, and he will give the Dragons the lead back. It's now a one-point lead for the Dragons. Much like the first half, this game is back and forth, trading leads quickly, and now we have a whistle. And they're going to call a defensive foul there on Connor Jusak. That is his third. Their third team foul. Lilienthal gets the inbound pass. He passes it to Anderson. Anderson off to right. Right guarded well by Wichter. Wichter nearly stole that one away, but he gets it off here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen drives. He's got it off to Caleb Anderson. Caleb Anderson for three. That one's off. No good. Steffen with the rebound. But I think they're going to say he got fouled. Yep, he got held, they're going to say. So the Mustangs will inbound it. Rasmussen to Lilienthal, over to right, right for three. Nails it, right, drains the three to give the Mustangs back the lead, 37-35. Lind has been up the court quick with it nearly all game. As now he'll pass it down into the paint to Seth Logan. Logan looking for anyone. Passes it to Cameron Jusak. Jusak. Now he's looking to pass it off to Coleman Lind. Lind over to Tanner Wichter. Wichter, the open three. It's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Connor Jusak. Jusak, has that one stolen away by the Mustangs. Lilienthal puts that one up. No good. Rebounded here by the Dragons. Seth Logan has it. He'll get it to Caleb Fromm. Caleb Fromm nearly took an extra step before he got it off to Connor Jusak. Jusak, he'll drive in the paint, puts that one up, and the reverse layup is good for two. Connor Jusak, his first points of the game, and he'll tie the game at 37. Driving in the paint now is Ben Wright. He gets it off to Steffen. Steffen puts that one up, gets his own rebound, puts it up again, and it's in for two. Steffen with the strong layup. He was fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the line for the possible three-point play again. Cole Steffen, the strong rebound and an even stronger shot. So he is awaiting the substitutions for the possible three-point play. As it sits, it's 39-37. The Mustangs have the lead. Steffen will set up for his first and only free throw and puts that one up. And good. He completes the three-point play. Cole Steffen now gives the Mustangs a 40-37 lead. Ref giving a word to Seth Logan before Seth Logan inbounds it. Waxberg has it. Past half-court line. Passes it off to Seth Logan. Logan fakes one way, then drives. He passes it off to Cameron Jusak. Cameron Jusak for three. That one's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Cameron's three-point shot has been just a little flat all night long. Needs to get a little more air under it. Ben Wright with it now for the Mustangs. He gets it off to Sampson. Sampson back to Wright. Wright is fouled. Fouled there by Seth Logan. That's the sixth team foul, his second. Inbounding it is Rasmussen for the Mustangs. Inbounds it to Wright. Ben Wright. He just puts up a floater, and my goodness, it goes in for two. Ben Wright. I didn't think that floater had a chance, but it went in. Very accurate little toss-up there by Ben Wright, and then mishandled on the drive by Duke Waxberg. But it was last touched by a Mustang, so the Dragons will retain possession. Waxberg looking to inbound it deep here to Seth Logan. Very dangerous pass. Logan keeps hold of it, and that one's short again. Cole Waxberg for the three. It was short. Rebounded by the Dragons. A whistle blew. Foul on the Mustangs. That's their now third team foul. Waxberg looking. He's got to get this one off. He does to Seth Logan, who's in the paint. That one's blocked, but he's going to be fouled. Seth Logan tried to put one up and in for two, but he was fouled on the way up, so he'll go to the line and shoot two. Mustangs now with 4 team fouls here in the second half. Seth Logan at the line, setting up for his first of two. Puts that one up. In. Hits on his first of two free throws. So now he will get instruction from head coach Kyle Allen. And he puts up his second one, and that one's up and in for two. So Seth Logan brings the Dragons back within three. The inbound pass is stolen away by the Dragons. Duke Waxburg picks it up and in for three! Duke Waxburg ties the game on a stolen inbound pass by the Dragons. Now quickly down the court with it are the Mustangs. Rasmussen has it. He's going to try and answer with three of his own. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Dragons. Seth Logan up the court with it now. He passes it off to Duke Waxburg. Waxburg, he'll drive and then just hand it off to Logan. Logan fakes a three. He's going to drive and be fouled. My goodness, what a sequence of plays there for the Dragons. The three from Waxburg was called a two. It was not a three. Apparently his foot was on the line, and it was only a 2-point shot. So this game is still a 1-point deficit for the Dragons. 5 team fouls here for the Mustangs. Waxburg looking to inbound it here. He will inbound it to Fromm. Caleb Fromm dribbles to his left. Now passes it to his left to Cameron Jusak. Cameron Jusak. That one's flat again for Cameron Jusak. Rebounded here by the Dragon Seth Logan. Logan off to Cameron Jusak. He'll pass it to Duke Waxburg. Waxburg over to Jusak. Jusak down to Seth Logan. Logan covered really well. Then passes it off to Cameron Jusak. That one's off the mark as well. Rebounded here. They're going to call a foul, I believe. The Dragons player tried to slap it away from the Mora rebounder, but he didn't get the ball. He got all hand on that one. So unfortunately, that puts the Mora Mustangs in the 1-and-1 situation. And Sampson will go down to shoot the 1-and-1. 42-41 is the score here. Mustangs do lead. 12.5 left. And that first one is up and in for... That one is up and in. Good. 12.5 left on the M. Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M. Health Fairview Clinic, Pine City. That also has a full-service rehab department, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and cardiac rehab. Sampson puts his second one up. No good. His second free throw is no good. Rebounded by the Dragons. 43-41. Again, 12.5 minutes. Seth Logan, he'll drive, gets it to Caleb Fromm. Fromm, he'll drive and nearly took an extra step, but that one's off the bottom of the backboard. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Mustangs will pass it down to Steffen. Steffen has that one stolen away, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. Steffen nearly had an open lane to the rim, but was quickly closed in on by the Dragon defenders. And his teammate will inbound it here to Sampson. Sampson now has it again. He passes it off here to Athey. Athey passes it down, and that one's stolen away by the Dragons. Seth Logan up the court with it. Dribbles behind his back, gets it off to Waxburg. Waxburg thought about the three, then he drives. The pass over to Coleman Lynn. Too low, and Coleman Lynn couldn't corral it. And it goes out of bounds. Now it will be Mustangs ball. Lilienthal slowing down the game a little bit as he jogs up the court. Gets it to Steffen. Steffen passes it hard down to Athey. Athey is covered well, and I was going to say, he double dribbled there. He dribbled, then picked up the ball and dribbled again, and that is not allowed, folks, in basketball. So that will be a turnover, and the Dragons will get the ball back. Inbound here is to Duke Waxburg. Waxburg will kind of half jog, half walk it up, but then that one is stolen away by the Mustangs, stolen back by Waxburg, then put up for three by Lynn. Lynn is off the mark. No good. Rebounded here by Connor Jusak. My goodness, what hustle there by Jusak. Jusak passes it off here to Waxburg. Waxburg off to Cameron Jusak, and that one's out of bounds. Last touch by the Mora Mustangs. Defense here by both teams, just absolutely incredible. with it is Coleman Lind. He passed it off to Cameron Jusak. Jusak off to his older brother Connor. Connor down to Seth Logan. Seth Logan may be looking to drive. He does. He spins to his right, then passes it off to Cameron Jusak. Jusak to Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind off the mark. Rebounded by Duke Waxberg. Waxberg, nope, that one's stolen away by Steffen. It was tipped and stolen away by Steffen. Now the Mustangs have it. Lilienthal. He'll drive into the paint. He stops. Passes it back to Sampson. Sampson now to Lilienthal. Lilienthal will get the play ready. Lilienthal off to Caleb Anderson. Caleb Anderson for three. No good. That one's knocked away. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Mustangs having trouble corralling it, but Athey does. Athey puts that short jumper up. It is off the rim. No good. And they're going to call. The rebound was by Cameron Jusak, but they're going to call a hold on the Mustangs. And I think that one was tough to see from up here. I thought Connor Jusak had the ball, but the referees have the better angle, and they do call a hold. Just good hustle there, though, by Jeff Lilienthal, getting to the ball and trying to force a jump ball. But unfortunately, he's called for the foul, and it will be Dragons ball nonetheless. Now 16 fouls here for the Mustangs. Logan will inbound it. He'll inbound it here to Coleman Lind. Lind will walk it halfway up the court, then he sprints and stops. Turns the defender around, then he sprints again to get past the half-court line. Coleman Lind, he'll drive to the paint. Thought about jumping up, but wisely didn't. Then he gets it off to Seth Logan. Logan looking to drive, and then he stops. That one's tipped. Recovered here by Cameron Jusak. Then he'll get it back to Seth Logan. Seth Logan has that one knocked away from behind. Then he drives. Gets it off to Dylan Peterson. Peterson to Coleman Lind. Coleman Lind for three. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Down the court here. So Rasmussen, he puts it up and in for two. Rasmussen will extend the Mora lead, 45-41. Fouled on the play there as he put up the shot, so he'll go to the line and shoot two. The Dragon fans liking that call. And, of course, it is a 1-and-1. So either way, it would have been Dylan Peterson going to the line. Dylan Peterson awaiting the ref. He gets the ball now, and he'll set up for his first of two. Peterson puts that one up, and that one is no good. Peterson no good on his first of two. That's okay. He'll get another shot here. 9.5 minutes left. Mustangs hold a 45-41 lead over the Dragons right now. Peterson gets the ball from the referee. He'll dribble and set up for his second of two. Puts this one up, and this one is no good as well. I thought that might have been a foul. No, it is rebounded by the Mustangs. Ben Wright now has it. He gets a screen. Ben Wright has a lot of room to run. He passes it off here to Lilienthal. Lilienthal puts up the short jumper. That one's no good off the rim. Rebounded here by the Mustangs. Hanstrom, and it's rebounded again by the Mustangs. Ben Wright has it now. He passes it down. That one's intercepted by Christian Fromm. Christian Fromm dribbles it, then passes it off to Coleman Lind. 9 minutes left here. Coleman Lind, he'll drive quickly. Has that one stolen away. The ball handling here for the Dragons has been pretty sloppy here in this game, and that's been a problem here. It's caused a lot of turnovers, and oh my goodness, a strong shot there from Hanstrom makes this a 6-point game, 47-41, under 9 minutes left. Coleman Lind up the court with it. He stops, then drives again, spin around, makes the defender fall, gets it off here to Caleb Fromm, who's fouled. So Caleb Fromm will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. A nasty spin move put on there by Coleman Lind made the defender fall. And then he got it off to Caleb Fromm, who was fouled as he drove to the basket. Of course, they are still in the 1-and-1, now Mora with 18 fouls. They hold a 6-point lead over the Dragons with under 9 minutes left. 1-and-1, his first is good. to make it 42-47, excuse me. Caleb Fromm hits the first shot on the 1-and-1 opportunity. 8.5 minutes left here in this game. Fromm sits up for his second of two, puts this one up and in. Caleb Fromm hits both on the 1-and-1 opportunity to make it a 4-point game. 47-43, the Mustangs still lead. And a timeout is called, I believe, by the Mustangs. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on 100.9 FM WCMP.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They're a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Welcome back here to an action-packed second half between the Mora Mustangs and the Pine City Dragons. Dragons so far this season 17-1. The Mustangs looking to upset the Dragons here on their home court. Inbound pass for Mora is to Caleb Anderson. He'll dribble, then hand it off to Lilienthal. They're still in their backcourt, so they got to get hurrying up past that half-court line. He does, Lilienthal. He'll take it himself to the basket, puts that one up and in for two. That was just a bad defensive play there. No communication on the Dragon side as Lilienthal drove it all the way to the basket for two. It's now 49-43. And now this one's taken away by the Mustangs. Up the court now is Ben Wright. Ben Wright passed it to Lilienthal. Lilienthal thought about the three, then thought wisely not to shoot it as Coleman Lynn came thrashing in. And the shot is up and no good, but a foul is called on Lilienthal. So he'll go to the line and shoot a 1-1. Now both teams with 18 fouls. Just under 8 here left. Mustangs lead 49-43. Lilienthal at the line for his first. And that one's up and in for one. Now 50-43 here, as we have just passed the halfway mark in this second half. Lilienthal makes his first. We'll have a chance for his second one, and that one's up and in for good. So a 51-43 lead here for the Mustangs. As Lynn will take it up the court for the Dragons. He passed off to Dylan Peterson. Peterson, he'll drive. Good drive. Then passes it off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm for three. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Ben Wright takes up the court. This is behind his back. And it is out of bounds. Last touch by Ben Wright of the Mustangs. He tried to get a little too fancy on that one. Tried to dribble behind his back as the Pine City defender came up from behind him, but got a little too fancy, and that one goes out of bounds. With it now is Coleman Lynn for the Dragons. And a foul is called on the Mustangs here. So a foul is called, and Connor Jusak is going to go to the line for a 1-1. 43-51, 7.5 left here. Connor Jusak will go to the line for a 1-1. Jusak puts up his first, and that one rims out no good. And now they're going to get a foul here on the Dragons. Trying to rebound, just a little too tough there. And Cameron Jusak is going to get the call. So now the Mustangs will go to the line and shoot a 1-1. Shooting the 1-1 for the Mustangs will be Caleb Anderson. Ref getting in a word before he gives the ball to Anderson, who's going to try for this 1-1. He puts the first one up, and that was no good off the back of the rim. Rebounded here by the Dragons. Connor Jusak. Connor, he'll take it up the court. Pass half court, and he's fouled. So like the Mustangs have done all night, they have kind of let the Dragons players get in front of them, and then they'll come from behind and knock the ball loose, but that time it didn't work as he's called for the foul. So now the Dragons in the double bonus, so no matter the foul, the Dragons will get to go to the line and shoot 2. Connor Jusak at the line. He puts up his first of 2. That one's in. Good. 44-51, Connor Jusak. So he'll set up for his second of 2 here. Substitution for the Mustangs. Lucas Athey comes in for Caleb Anderson. Connor Jusak awaiting his second of 2 shots. Connor Jusak sets up, puts this one up, and that one's in. So he gets 2 out of the 2 there on the free throw opportunities. Brings this game back within 6. Ben Wright up the court with it. He's been a problem for this Dragons defense all night. He passes it off here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen back to Wright. Wright puts up the floater. No good. Rebounded here by the Dragons. That was up in the air for a while, being tipped around, but the Dragons finally come down with it. Coleman Lind has it now. He's at three-point line. He'll drive. That one's knocked away from behind him. And it's going to be a foul, actually. So Lind will get to go to the line and shoot 2. I thought he cleanly got the ball on that one, but instead the referee had the better look and said he did not. He got his arm. So Coleman Lind is going to go to the line to shoot 2. If you're the Mustangs, I think this is not the best thing to do to send the Dragons to the line. They've been pretty good all night. As Coleman Lind puts up his first of 2. That one's in. It's free points for the Dragons. You're not making them work for them now by sending them to the free throw line. And that has obviously caused trouble. Now the Dragons back within 5 as Coleman Lind sets up for his second of 2. Coleman Lind puts in his second of 2. And he will bring this game within 4. 47-51. Just under 7 minutes left. Ben Wright with it up the court. My goodness, is he quick. He passes it off over here to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, he'll drive, put up the short jumper. No good. Rebounded here by Caleb Fromm. Fromm will pass it off to Connor Jusak. Jusak up the court with it. Asking for Lind to come over and get the ball. Then he passes it back to Jusak. Jusak directing traffic. Gets it down to Seth Logan. Seth Logan tries to drive, but he has to pick up his dribble. Then he gets it off to Connor Jusak. Connor Jusak with a nifty move. And the roll. It's up and in for 2. Connor Jusak with a nasty little juke step almost. Got past the defender and got the friendly roll as now Rasmussen puts up the 3 for the Mustangs. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Jusak. Seth Logan up the court with it now. It's a 2-point game. 6 minutes left here in this game. Seth Logan fakes, drives, and a whistle is blown, and they're going to get the Mustangs for a foul. So now the Dragons get to go to the line and shoot 2. Seth Logan will get to go to the line. Again, if you're the Mustangs, you got to stay away from these fouls. You're just, right now, kind of giving the Dragons free points. Of course, again, easier said than done, as they are battling very hard out there. Seth Logan puts up his first one. It's in. His first of 2 is up and in. Again, both these teams battling very hard here. It's a close game, a very important Section 6 AA matchup that has high implications on playoff rankings. Seth Logan puts his second one up. It's no good. His second one did not go in. It kind of went off the back and then front of the rim, and then it went out, and now taken here by the Mustangs. Wright off to Sampson. Sampson nearly has that one stolen away. He'll get it. Thought about getting it back to Wright, and then he passes it off here to Caleb Anderson. Anderson passes it to Sampson. Sampson, nice dribble double move off to Ben Wright. Ben Wright for 3! Ben Wright hits the 3 to give the Mustangs back a 4-point lead. Dragons cannot leave him open from 3-point range. He has proven to be automatic from there. Connor Jusak faked the 3, then gets it off to Seth Logan, who does not get the friendly roll that time, but instead he gets his own rebound. He goes up strong, and then he's fouled on the way up. And he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Seth Logan. You could see the determination on his face. He was not going to allow the Mustangs to grab that defensive rebound. He went up strong for that one, came down with it, and put both hands on it like a running back going through the hole. He puts the first one up in. 5 minutes left, just a little over 5 minutes left here in this game. 54-51 is the lead for the Mustangs on the M Health Fairview Clinic scoreboard. M Health Fairview Clinic, Rush City, with virtual clinic in the pharmacy building, there to assist you on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. That one is up by Seth Logan. No good. He cannot hit on both, so he just hits on the one, and the Mustangs have it. 5 minutes to go. Passes to Ben Wright. Wright passes it off here to Lilienthal. Lilienthal over to Athey. Athey over to Anderson. Anderson over to Wright. Wright back to Lilienthal. Lilienthal got away with a little bit of an elbow there, but it doesn't matter. The Dragons get the ball. Connor Jusak with the three. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Ben Wright rebounds it here for the Mustangs. Sometimes when you're that wide open, you just have a little too much time to think, and we're going to get a defensive foul here on the Dragons. So that will put the Mustangs in the double bonus. They get to go to the line and shoot two. Garrett Honstrom will go to the line and shoot two. And Kyle Allen is going to get a timeout here. He's at the free throw line. And one ref says he gets the timeout. The other one says no. And Allen is going to get the timeout. And the fans kind of joshing back and forth here between the Mustangs and the Dragons bench. The Dragon fans stand up and cheer as they get the timeout. The refs weren't sure if they could call a timeout with the man at the free throw line, but Kyle Allen will get the timeout. Mora fans not happy about it, but the Dragon fans certainly letting the Mora fans hear it when they did get the timeout called. 51-54. Mustangs still lead. They have a chance to extend that lead here, as Honstrom is going to be at the free throw line after this timeout. Both teams will come out of this timeout. Four and a half minutes left. Cheerleaders trying to get these fans riled up and going. Honstrom. His first of two is up and good. So he hits the first of two. It is a two-possession game. 4-point lead. Honstrom will put up his second of two, and that one is good as well. Honstrom coming in clutch there at the line, putting his team up by 5. Lynn passed it over to Connor Jusak. I thought Connor Jusak probably could have stepped up and shot the three, but instead he chose not to. He'll hold on to it, get it down to Seth Logan. Seth Logan's going to drive and put up the two, but it's no good. Knocked away, blocked. Lilienthal up the court with it for the Mustangs. He's going to drive, pass it off here. And that was stolen away. Coleman Lind, no, too strong on the layup. Coleman Lind with a free shot at the rim, but he too strong on the layup. And it's mistakes like that the Dragons cannot have, as they're 5 points down with under 4 now. Open is Honstrom. Honstrom puts it up and in for 2. And I believe he got fouled as well. Oh my goodness. Honstrom puts it up and in for 2, and he's going to go to the line as well. So Honstrom was fouled, and now he gets to go to the line for a shot at a possible 3-point play. Honstrom at the line. No good on the free throw. Rebounded here by the Dragons. Cameron Jusak will take it up the court. Now he passed it off to Connor Jusak. Jusak to Seth Logan. No, he fakes the handoff to Seth Logan. Then gets it off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm for 3. Drains the 3. Caleb Fromm for three. 54-58. Mustangs still lead here late in this game. We are in for a heck of a finish here, ladies and gentlemen. With it now is Lilienthal. Lilienthal waiting for his team to set up. He passes it over to Athey. Athey now pass it to Ben Wright. Mustangs kind of just draining clock here as they do have a two-possession lead. Lilienthal, he'll get it to Athey. Athey will get it to Ben Wright. And they are just kind of draining clock here, not taking any kind of poor shot selections. And I'm sure they're okay with taking time off the clock and waiting for a shot to open up. As Athey puts that one up and in for two. 60-54. Athey will extend the lead here for the Mustangs. Under 2.5 with it for the Dragons, and Cameron Dusak puts it up and in for two. So Cameron Dusak will get it back to a 4-point deficit. Lilienthal over to Athey, over to Wright. Wright could take the three. He chooses to drain clock. Very wise move there by Ben Wright. Instead of giving these Dragons a chance at the rebound and come back and tie this game, he just drains the clock. Ooh, foul called there on Connor Jusak. These two teams are playing very tough out there. Hanstrom, that foul was on Hanstrom. So Hanstrom gets to go to the line to shoot two, and a timeout is called. We'll keep it right here with under 2 left. Mustangs hold a 60-56 lead over the Dragons. This is going to be a very interesting finish here. Again, this matchup has serious playoff implications. As again, the Dragons hold the 6th seed at the moment, and the Mustangs hold the 8th seed, the 7th seed. The Pine City Dragons hold the 6th seed. This is very important that if the Mustangs win here, they could potentially jump the Dragons for the number 6th seed, as we have about a month of basketball left. It's going to be a very good ending to the season, and it will be interesting to see what the seedings end up being, and if this game is going to have any implication on the seeding. And I'm sure it will. Of course, these two teams play in different conferences, but the section is going to be huge. Of course, Mora is 6-1 in the section. Pine City's 3-0. Mora has a lot more section games. They have played 7 to the Dragons 3. They're hoping to give the Dragons their first section loss of the season. Dragons, of course, 17-1. Mustangs, 13-4. He puts his first free throw up, and good is Hanstrom. Hanstrom will set up for a second 2. Hanstrom, that one is good. It seems the louder the fans get here, the better he is at his free throws. Trying to distract him only seems to fuel his fire. Duke Waxberg, he'll pass it off to Connor Jusak. Connor Jusak, back to Waxberg. Waxberg up the court with it. No time to panic here for the Dragons. It's only a 6-point game, but that one's off the mark. You can't have that. Logan with a strong rebound. Logan off to Caleb Fromm. Fromm to Waxberg. Waxberg has that one knocked away by Ben Wright. Seth Logan, he'll take the 3-point shot. Now he hits it. Logan for 3. He'll bring this game back within 3 points. A 3-point game, just under a minute and a half. No time to panic for either team. And the Mustangs are just going to drain clock here. Very important here. The Dragons need to make sure, if they're going to let the Mora Mustangs just drain the clock like they are, they need to make sure that they do not make a basket. As the Mustangs here have it is Anderson. Anderson will pass it off to Wright. Wright just pleased with wasting time. He gets off to Anderson. Anderson now down to Lilienthal. Lilienthal in no hurry to make a play. Off to Ben Wright. Ben Wright has it. A foul was not called. The bench and these fans were looking for a call on the offense. I did not see the play as I was following the ball. The play happened behind the ball, and the Dragon fans wanted a foul there. I'm not sure what happened, but there were a couple players tangled up on the ground. Wright will go to the line and shoot 2 here for the Mustangs. The Dragons much need a miss here, and that is going to help. That is going to help. Ben Wright misses on his first. I mean, it looked like he hit the rim, but I mean, he just kissed the front of the rim with his first free throw. That helps the Dragons significantly as the game is a 3-point game. 47 seconds left. Ben Wright puts that one up. That one, no good. Rebound here by the Dragons, Seth Logan. That's very important here. 44 seconds. Off to Seth Logan. Logan now to Duke Waxberg. It's a 3-point game. Coleman Lynn drives. Now if you're the Dragons, you cannot take a silly shot selection as you need to get 3 points. A timeout is called. 3-point game here. 25.9 seconds left in this heavily contested matchup. A full timeout was called there. This has been a great game to be at. A defensive battle much throughout, but that does not mean that there hasn't been a lack of scoring, because there has been scoring aplenty. Leading the way is Hanstrom. He hit his, I believe, last 6 points from the free throw line. He has 12. Also at 12 is Ben Wright. Leading the way for the Dragons is Seth Logan with 18. The fans are on their feet here, trying to cheer on their team. With 25 seconds left, I don't think Pine City has any other option than to take a 3 here, because Mora has done a great job of not only draining the clock, but also getting themselves to the free throw line. And I think Pine City might just be draining the clock and waiting for a last-second shot. They're not in any hurry to take a 3 here. 15 seconds now. Seth Logan, he'll drive, and he can't help but take the 2 there. I mean, you can't help that. That's a wide open shot. He had a wide open lane. That might have been part of the Mustangs' plan, though, was kind of just let him go. As they know now, all they have to do is drain the clock with 12 seconds left. Dragons fans on their feet cheering for their team. A timeout was called. 62-61. 12 seconds left here in this game. It's going to come down to the wire. What better way to end this game? As important as it is, and as hard as these two teams have played, I don't think you can want a better ending than this. 30 seconds still left in their timeout. Fans getting together, huddling, trying to cheer on their home team Dragons. Fans are on the edge of their seat here, hoping the Dragons can probably need an early foul here if you're the Dragons, and then you have to get down the court and get a 3-point shot. I don't think Seth Logan wanted to make the basket, because I'm thinking he was wanting the 3, but it might have been the Mustangs' plan to just give him an open lane, because they can't resist the points. But now with 12 seconds left, it's still a 1-point game. Oh, no foul called. And there it is. I thought the first guy fouled him, and they're not going to call it. So 5 seconds drain off, and 7 seconds are left. Kyle Allen reminding his team they do not have any timeouts left. So even if they do get the rebound, they can't call a timeout to get the inbound on their side of the court. They have to run down and try and shoot the shot. at the line is Ben Wright. It is not. It is Athey. Athey in this game has 7 points. He's at the line for his first of 2. Good. His first one is good. So it's only a 2-point game. A 2-point game. Still very well in hand here. 7 seconds left. Substitutions made. 2 points. Dragons still have plenty of time if they need to go down and shoot a 3. Athey will set up for a second of 2. This one is no good. No good. They have 7 seconds. Now 6. They go down. He passed it to Seth Logan. Seth Logan. Oh my goodness. 2 seconds. It's no good. He got it stolen away, and the game is over. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Seth Logan he had the dribble, and I think he wanted to pass, but unfortunately the pass he just couldn't get a handle on that ball, and it goes awry, and the Dragons suffer an upset here on their home court to the Mora Mustangs. The Mora Mustangs, what a battle there. What a battle. 63-61 is the score. We're going to take a quick break here. You're listening to Boys Basketball on 100.9 FM, WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top-quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franz and Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franz and Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzandbank.com/getThere. Franz and Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Welcome back here into the Pine City Gymnasium, where the Mustangs get the upset over the Dragons 63-61 in that game here on the losing side, unfortunately, for the Dragons. Seth Logan led the team with 20, and Caleb Fromm follows that with 13. On the winning side for Mora, Ben Wright led the team with 12, followed by Garrett Honstrom with 10. Again, that's final score 63-61 here with the loss. The Dragons fall to 17-2 on the season. They will remain undefeated in the conference, as the Mustangs are in the Granite Ridge Conference and the Dragons are in the Great River Conference. But this does have huge implications on the section standings. As we stood before the game, Pine City was number 6 and Mora was number 7. Now, after this game, that might change. A big win here for Mora as they improved to 14-4. With playoffs just around the corner, about a month away, this may play a huge role in determining who gets the higher seed here. Again, they are, I think the top 3 seeds are pretty well set. The top 3 seeds in their QRF are in, I believe the number 1 team is 120, second is 115, and then third is 115, second is 117. So it is a close battle for those 1 through 3 seeds, and then the 4 through 6 shall be interesting. But we are, well, kind of far from that yet, as there's a lot of basketball yet to be played. We still have, again, I believe 7 more games after this game. Both teams will play 7 more, and we will see how both teams finish out the season. It should be interesting to see, because Pine City, for their conference, they should get the conference. They really don't have anyone standing in their way in the conference, and they should get the conference championship. Of course, that only time will tell, because they have to face a tough Eagles team who they did beat earlier in the season, but they have to face them again. Of course, that they will bring the East Central Eagles here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this game tonight. It was a good one. It went down to the wire. But unfortunately for the Dragons, they suffer their second loss in the season. They fall to 17-2, and the Mustangs improve to 14-4 on the season. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to thank all our fine sponsors here, as Kyle Allen shows up just a little bit right before we get off. But, Coach, tough game there. The first half looked like you guys were a little bit quick, and it was a little bit sloppy out there. What was the message to the players at halftime?
Man, it was fun. Just stay with what we do, and don't panic and enjoy the moment. You only get to do this so many times, and gosh, that was a great battle by both teams, and they really brought the fans. Their crowd was loud tonight, and it makes for a fun environment. So I had a great time. I think our boys, we want to end up on the other side of the win column, but in the end, it was a fun game. Hopefully we're going to get better from it, and hopefully we'll learn to execute a few different things and be better for it in the end. So, it's great that we get to play such great competition, and hats off to Mora. They came and they played. And our boys did as well. So it was a good thing. We just wish it was the other way around, but maybe we'll get another crack at them here in the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe, but Coach, late there with about 20 seconds left, Seth Logan drove to the basket, and he had an open lane for 2. Was the plan there to get 3, and Logan just had to take those points, or was that the plan, just to get the points when you got them?
Yeah, we had a couple options set up on the play, and we wanted to make sure that our boys went through the sequential rotation of what it was, and I thought they did a nice job of executing it and realized what we had to do, knowing that we had a timeout left. So we were able to stop the clock, put some points on the board, and we gave ourselves a chance at the end. What more could you ask for in a tight game like that? So a lot of fun, and like I said, great energy. Mora really showed up tonight in the stands. We could definitely hear Mora fans in the stands.
Absolutely. So, Coach, what's the message to the team after a tough loss like this?
You know, it's funny. I go back and, you know, we've seen a lot of things in the 9 years that I've been here, and a lot of good and a lot of things that we've had to work on. And so you go back to the well a little bit and put yourself and understand that these kids are 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, and for some of them it's their first time or their second time or third time coming through this. And so you go back and you go back to what you believe in, and you go back to your principles, and you go back to your philosophy, and that's what we'll do. And those are the things that we're going to rely on, and we're going to win or lose games based on how well we are going to execute what we do. And tonight they were just able to execute their stuff a little better than we were.
All right, Coach, what's up next here for the Pine City Dragons?
So we have varsity parent night and senior night coming up on Thursday. We have East Central coming to town. We're excited for that one. We haven't seen them since Game 2 at their place. So if my numbers and my statisticians are correct, I think their only loss in conference is that Game 2 loss with Pine City. So we're excited. There's a lot on the line for that game, just like there was for this one. And then Friday we are home again against Duluth Marshall. So again, two great games to end this week.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for taking time to do this interview, and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That, again, is head coach Kyle Allen for the interview. Again, the Dragons will host the East Central Eagles here on Thursday night. I want to thank all our fine sponsors for sponsoring us. Of course, without them, we would not be able to come out here and broadcast this game. So be sure to thank them personally, because without them, we couldn't bring this game to you, and you wouldn't be able to hear all this fantastic basketball action. I'm Ethan Gilman for 100.9 WCMP. Thanks to the board op back in studio, Zach, for running things. Good night, everybody.